She is thinking about you, but her pride won't let she say it. Old Stoic wisdom. There is a war going on inside her heart. Whether she admits it or not, you occupy her thoughts more often than she cares to admit. The echo of your voice, the shadow of your presence, the energy you left behind, they quietly surface in moments of solitude, catching her off guard. Yet, she won't reach out. No text, no call, no sign to reveal that you're still there, living in her mind. Why? Because her pride forms an invisible fortress, shielding her from vulnerability. It stands firm between what she feels and what she dares to show. Today, let's unravel the reason behind her silent struggle, understand why she's locked in this emotional standoff, and explore how you, grounded in self-respect and guided by the steady hand of Stoic wisdom, can navigate to this delicate terrain with patience and strength. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In love and life alike, your calm dignity is your greatest power. Let's begin. Number 1. The battle between heart and pride. The silent struggle between heart and pride in a woman's mind is a profound and often misunderstood battle. She wants to reach out, to bridge the distance, but a louder voice inside cautions her against it. That voice whispers, "Don't be the first to text. He should take the lead. Don't appear weak or desperate." It's not that she doesn't miss you. She does, deeply. But pride, that old stoic guardian of dignity, holds her back from admitting it. She replays conversations in her mind, wondering if you're thinking of her, maybe even crafting messages only to erase them before they see the light of day. This internal war between emotion and ego, heart and self-preservation, is something you witness but don't fight, because it belongs to her, not to you. What she fears most is vulnerability, the chance that you've moved on or stopped caring. So she waits, trapped by her own pride, hoping you'll be the one to break the silence first. Yet, this is where you must embody Stoic wisdom and remember the timeless teaching of Epictetus. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Her hesitation, her pride, her decisions, they are beyond your influence. Your power lies not in chasing or pleading, but in mastering your own response, in holding on to your strength, self-respect, and calm composure. Notice how often we value what seems just out of reach. Human nature teaches us that scarcity increases desire. Your quietness is not emptiness. It is a statement that says, "I am not waiting endlessly. I am not chasing what does not come willingly." This stance creates a magnetic tension, causing her to think about you even more. She might not voice it, might not show it openly, but she is scrolling through old messages, glancing at your social media, fighting her pride to suppress her feelings. This silent reverie is her heart's confession in disguise. In real life, many men find themselves caught in this frustrating limbo, unsure whether to break the silence or maintain their dignity. The advice here is clear. Embrace control over your own emotions and growth, not over her choices. Invest energy in becoming the best version of yourself, knowing that genuine connection can only be mutual. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let go of the need for validation or to dictate who reaches out first. If she truly values what you bring to her life, she will find her way back. If she doesn't, then that silence was never yours to fix. And in that, you have won by protecting your peace." I invite you to reflect on this delicate balance and share your experiences or thoughts in the comments. How have you navigated the tension between heart and pride in your own relationships? Number 2. She's revisiting the past. She's revisiting the past, and this phenomenon speaks volumes about the complex nature of human emotions and pride. Memories have a powerful hold over us, more than we often realize. They serve as both a sanctuary and a tormentor, a place where comfort and regret coexist. For her, Nostalgia is no longer just a fleeting feeling. It has become a persistent whisper in the quiet corners of her mind. She replays moments with a bittersweet ache, the laughter that once filled the room, the deep conversations where time seemed to pause, the way your eyes looked at her as if she were the only person alive in that moment. She questions herself silently. Did I make the right choice? At first, she tried to dismiss those thoughts, convincing herself that moving forward was necessary, that what was done was done. But as time stretches on, that certainty fades. The heart is a stubborn creature, and no matter how hard she tries to suppress it, she finds herself thinking about you more often than she admits, reflecting on how you made her feel, on the words that were exchanged, and even on the silences shared, those moments of peaceful connection that once felt like a rare treasure. Yet the admission of regret remains a battlefield she's unwilling to enter. To acknowledge that she might have been wrong means surrendering her pride, and for many, that act feels harder than walking away in the first place. It's important to understand that the human mind has a tendency to romanticize what it no longer possesses. The flaws and conflicts that once seemed glaring slowly blur into the background, replaced by an idealized version of the past. The disagreements shrink in significance, the good times shine brighter than ever, and the sense of security you once gave her becomes a warm memory she longs for but can no longer touch. This pattern is not uncommon. She might find herself scrolling through old messages late at night, hearing a song that drags her back to a time when everything felt right, perhaps even starting to type out a message to you, only to delete it moments later. Her pride, ever the stubborn guardian, whispers, if he cared, he'd reach out first. And so she waits, holding on to that pride even as the ache of missing you grows heavier in her heart. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism teaches a crucial lesson. You cannot control her pride, nor can you force her to act on her feelings. You cannot make her see what she refuses to acknowledge, and most importantly, you should never place your life on hold waiting for her to do so. Life is too precious to be trapped in a cycle of what-ifs and endless longing. You belong in the present, engaged with the life unfolding before you, not stuck in the past. If she chooses to revisit what once was, that is her responsibility to act on. It is not yours to assume, and it is certainly not yours to chase. As Marcus Aurelius said, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Apply this profound wisdom to your situation. Do not fear losing something that perhaps was never meant to last. Do not waste your energy seeking validation from someone whose pride is an invisible wall keeping her silent. The very fact that she's wrestling internally, caught in the tension between her heart and her pride, is proof enough that you still occupy her thoughts. And when the silence becomes unbearable, when she finally realizes that her pride cost her something real, she might reach out. But by that time, you won't be the same man she once knew. You will have grown stronger, wiser, and ready for what's next. You will have moved on to something greater, because true growth comes not from holding on to what was lost, but from embracing the life you are creating now. This is a reminder that life moves forward, and the greatest strength lies in the ability to release what no longer serves you, even when your heart aches. Real love and respect start with honoring yourself, not with chasing someone trapped behind the walls of pride. Reflect on this. How often do we let pride keep us from genuine connection? How often do we stand still, hoping for a signal that may never come, instead of stepping boldly into the present? If you've been in this place, I invite you to share your experience below. Your story can be a beacon for others who are caught in the silent battle between pride and regret. How did you find the courage to live again? What wisdom did you gather from those moments of waiting? By sharing, you help not only yourself, but others to move forward with strength and clarity. Remember, life is too short to be wasted waiting for someone else's pride to soften. Live boldly. Live now and trust that what's meant for you will find its way, without you having to chase it. If you're ready to stop waiting in silence and start living boldly, drop a comment right now. I release the past and step into my power. Like this video, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, true strength comes from honoring yourself first. Number 3. When her pride finally breaks. When her pride finally breaks, it's a moment that inevitably arrives, no matter how long it takes or how deeply she buries her feelings beneath a stoic exterior. She'll find a reason to reach out, perhaps a casual message about something trivial, or a sudden memory triggered by an old photo, and in that instant, the question isn't if she'll make contact, but how you will respond. This response defines everything. It demands confidence, purpose, and an absence of bitterness. A true Stoic understands that there is no room for gloating or emotional outbursts. Instead, he moves forward with grace, embodying the calm strength of a man who has mastered himself. Pride is a potent shield that keeps her from admitting she misses you. It convinces her she made the right choice, masking vulnerability behind a facade of indifference. Yet, feelings don't just disappear. They simmer quietly, waiting for a moment to reveal themselves. Even if she doesn't say it directly, the signs are there. Hesitation in her replies, lingering glances at your social media, whispers from mutual friends who mention her asking about you. These subtle cracks in her armor betray the mask she's desperately holding onto. But the mistake many men make here is to chase, demand explanations, or seek validation, none of which a Stoic would tolerate. Instead, the key is to remain steady, grounded, and unshaken by her silence, embodying the wisdom Marcus Aurelius shared when he said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't punish her for walking away, nor do you cling to resentment. You become the man who is content, regardless of whether she returns, anchored in your purpose, and committed to your own path. When she does reach out, you welcome her with self-respect, not desperation, recognizing that your value is independent of her actions. Reacting emotionally, lashing out, or trying to make her feel guilty only hands her control over your emotions and weakens your position. Responding calmly and confidently forces her to see you anew, reminding her why she was ever drawn to you in the first place. That is real power. That is true mastery of oneself. When her pride finally gives way and she steps back into your life, it's not about winning or losing. It's about who you've become in her absence. If she truly values you, she won't merely test the waters. She'll lower her guard and find a way back. And if she doesn't, then you've already moved forward, better for it, having proven your strength by letting go and continuing your journey with unwavering purpose. In today's world, where relationships often feel transactional and fleeting, this old Stoic wisdom is a beacon, reminding you that true strength lies in patience, self-control, and the quiet confidence to stand tall, no matter what others do. It teaches that the greatest value you can offer is not desperation or anger, but the unshakable dignity of a man who is at peace with himself, regardless of what the past holds or what the future may bring. So when faced with the delicate moment of her pride breaking, meet it not with a plea or bitterness, but with calm assurance and respect for yourself, embodying a wisdom that transcends time and proves that some truths, like pride and love, are best handled with strength and grace. Number 4. The push and pull of emotions. One moment she's engaging in small ways, liking an old photo, sending a vague text, or watching your stories. The next, she's acting distant, ignoring your messages, or pretending she doesn't care. This is the emotional push and pull that happens when pride and desire collide. She feels the urge to reach out, but something inside holds her back. Her ego, her fear of appearing weak, or maybe even the lingering thought that you should be the one chasing her. Women don't always process emotions logically. They respond to them impulsively, often in ways that contradict how they truly feel. She might miss you, think about you at night, even replay moments you shared. But admitting it, that's another story. Her pride won't let her, because to her, acknowledging those emotions means surrendering, and she doesn't want to give you that power. But you, as a Stoic, don't ride those emotional waves with her. You don't get excited when she shows interest or frustrated when she withdraws. You don't let her inconsistency dictate your state of mind. You remain steady because your emotions are your responsibility, not hers. She can play the game of hot and cold, but you don't react to it. You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't lose yourself trying to decode her signals. Do not let the actions of others shake your inner foundation. That's the essence of Stoicism. You recognize that her pride, her hesitation, her silence, none of it is truly about you. It's her internal battle. And in the end, people always think about what they don't have. The more you remain detached, the more she feels your absence. The more she realizes that you are not another man easily swayed by emotions. Imagine this. She's lying in bed, scrolling through her phone, debating whether to text you. Her heart says yes, but her pride whispers, no, he should reach out first. She closes her phone, but your name lingers in her mind. You are in control, not by manipulation, but by being unshaken, by being the man who does not chase, but attracts, the man who moves with purpose, not desperation. And when she finally does reach out, you respond with the same calm, collected presence. No bitterness, no gloating, just a man who knows his worth. That's what keeps you in her mind long after the moment has passed. Reflect on this for a moment. How often have you seen this emotional push and pull play out in your own life? Have you ever noticed someone battling their own pride while struggling with their feelings for you? More importantly, how did you respond? True Stoicism isn't about playing games. It's about standing firm in your own sense of self, refusing to be swayed by someone else's inner conflict. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Or if you just want to show you're embracing this mindset, drop this phrase in the comments. I remain steady. Let's keep the conversation going. Number 5. She's revisiting the past. She's quietly searching for signs from you, even if she won't reach out directly. Behind her silence, she's seeking reassurance that you still care. Though she won't like your posts or leave comments, don't confuse this quiet observation with indifference. Late at night, when the world is still, she might scroll through your profile, looking for any hint that you're still on her mind. She's watching to see if you've moved on, if there's someone new, or if you remain the same man she once knew. Her pride keeps her from asking outright, but that doesn't mean you're absent from her thoughts. Pride is a complicated thing. It can hold us hostage, preventing us from saying what we truly feel or admitting what's clear in private but too vulnerable to express publicly. She may long to reach out, but the fear of vulnerability, of admitting she was wrong or that she still cares, holds her back, creating an internal battle between her heart and her ego. Here's the crucial truth. If her pride keeps her silent, that is her journey to navigate, not yours. Yet, this is exactly where many men stumble. They fall into the trap of crafting posts and stories designed to catch her attention, hoping to provoke a reaction. A lyric here, a cryptic caption there, trying to poke at her pride and tempt her to break the silence. But a man who truly understands his value refuses to play these games. He doesn't tweak his behavior to seek validation from someone unwilling to set aside their ego. The Stoic man knows better. He invests his energy only in what is within his control, his personal growth, discipline, and purpose. So what should your move be? Simply continue living your life authentically, whether she's watching or not. Your life is not a performance staged for her silent observation. It is your journey toward becoming a man who needs no external approval. If she still cares, your absence will weigh heavily on her, stirring a conflict between her pride and her heart, revealing the rare loss she's facing. Not just a man, but something unique and valuable. A wise man doesn't perform for an audience. He performs for himself. When you accept this, you free yourself from the anxiety of whether she's watching, and in turn she'll begin to wonder why she ever let you go. In today's world, where social media tempts us to craft versions of ourselves to catch someone's eye, this wisdom reminds us to ground ourselves in authenticity. Focus on your growth and purpose, not on trying to manufacture reactions or manipulate feelings from afar. Have you ever felt the urge to post something just to get a response? Or have you taken the higher road, focusing instead on your own path? Share your experience or simply type, "A wise man performs for himself," if this message resonates with you. Let's see how many of us are truly embracing this mindset. Number 6. The moment she starts to miss you. The moment she begins to miss you is a quiet, profound turning point, one that signals not a game of ego or manipulation, but the natural unfolding of human psychology. It's often said that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and in this case, it's not about petty tactics, but the deep truth that we rarely fully appreciate what we have until it's no longer within reach. When you were there, offering your attention, your time, your steady presence, she might not have fully recognized the value of those moments. But now, in the space you've created through your silence and distance, the echo of your presence grows louder and more insistent. She thinks about you, yes. Her mind drifts back to memories and feelings, but pride, that stubborn guardian of her ego, won't let her admit it aloud. She scrolls through your old messages, hesitant and uncertain, her fingers poised above the keyboard only to pull back and delete the words she considered sending. She wonders what you're doing now, if you've moved on, if she still occupies your thoughts as you occupy hers. Yet to acknowledge this is to expose vulnerability, and for many, that is too high a price to pay. This is where so many men misread the situation. They believe no contact means no care, that silence means indifference. But in truth, it is fear and pride, those ancient Stoic defenders, that hold her back far more than apathy ever could. Epictetus, a sage of old wisdom, challenges us to ask ourselves how long we will wait before demanding the best for ourselves, reminding us that control lies not in others' responses, but in how we live our own lives. Whether she reaches out or keeps her feelings locked away is beyond your power, but what you can govern is how you carry yourself, how you nurture your growth, and how you refuse to be defined by another's hesitation or inability to communicate. The moment you turn your focus inward, devoting yourself to your own peace, your own purpose, your own unfolding, is the moment you reclaim your true power. You do not sit idly, waiting for her to break or give in. You don't obsess over when or if she will admit she misses you. Instead, you keep walking your path with integrity, because your worth is measured by the man you are becoming in her absence, not by whether she finally acknowledges her feelings. Perhaps she will reach out, perhaps she won't. Yet ironically, the more you detach from the need for her validation, the more she will feel the weight of your absence. Because silence, as old Stoics knew, often speaks louder than words ever could, and the space you leave behind forces her to confront something unexpected. Just how much she truly misses you. If you've stayed with me this far, take a moment to reflect on which part of this message resonates most deeply with you. Have you ever witnessed how distance can shine a harsh light on what someone once took for granted? Your perspective is powerful. I invite you to share your thoughts, or if you want to stand firm in your own story and demonstrate the strength of self-respect, simply type, "I choose my peace." Let's see who is really embracing the power that comes from owning one's own life and emotions without surrendering to need or pride. Number 7. How to maintain your power. This is not a casual suggestion, it's a command. Your power is born from unwavering self-respect, a fortress so strong that it shuts down the hollow seduction of instant gratification. The world is full of men who fall into the trap of chasing validation, desperate for signs, hungry for attention, and losing themselves in the process. You are not one of them. You are a man who understands that true power is rooted in purpose. You focus on building your value relentlessly. You sharpen your skills, strengthen your mindset, and cultivate a life so magnetic that attraction becomes automatic. Seneca said it best: "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." You are preparing right now. She is thinking about you right this moment. She scrolls through old messages. Her thumb hesitates over your name in her contacts, but pride builds a wall she's not ready to breach. She wants to reach out. She aches to admit she misses you. but the first move feels like surrender, a crack in her armor she's unwilling to show. Ego and emotion clash within her, a silent war that rages in the quiet moments, and this is where your power takes form. It's not in chasing her down, not in begging for attention, not in proving yourself endlessly. No, your power is forged in the steadfastness of your self-respect. Control over someone else's feelings? A fool's illusion. The only kingdom you rule is your own, your thoughts, your discipline, your reaction. Epictetus, the master of Stoic wisdom, proclaimed, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Your freedom, your true power, blooms when you stop needing her validation, when you stop worrying whether she'll call, whether she's thinking of you. That is the moment you reclaim your strength and stand unshakable. A man who masters himself is a man who commands respect effortlessly. He does not chase. He attracts. That power is silent. It's in your patience to let her wrestle with her pride, to let your absence sit heavy in her mind, making her question, making her want. Understand this. Humans crave what feels just out of reach. The more you stay grounded, laser-focused on your own growth, the more irresistible you become. Picture her laughing with friends, pretending life is fine, while inside, your absence screams louder than any word could. She's silent, not because she doesn't want to reach out, but because pride has shackled her tongue. This is the moment most men lose their grip. They break the silence too soon, chasing validation like moths to a flame. But you are not most men. A man who respects himself does not chase what's already drawn to him. He lets the natural rhythm of attraction play out on his terms, without impatience, without neediness. Your role is clear. Stay focused. Keep building. Keep improving. Keep rising. And let the universe unfold as it will. If she truly values you, if your connection is real, she will come forward in her own time. And if she does not, you haven't lost a thing. You have only proven one thing: your unbreakable ability to maintain your power, your control, your dignity. Your power is not in her response, but in your mastery of self. Own that power. Live by it. Command it. Let your silence roar louder than any words ever could. This is the kind of power that turns men into legends. If you're ready to claim this power, to rise above the herd, like this message, comment below with, "I own my power," and subscribe to tap into the wisdom that forges strength, resilience, and mastery. Remember, the strongest men don't chase. They attract. They don't plead, they command. They don't seek, they create. Take this knowledge, act on it, and become the man who stands unshakable, unyielding, and unstoppable. The time is now. Claim your power. Number 8. Should you reach out first? When should you text her? The answer is simple yet profound. Act according to your standards, not your emotions. In moments of uncertainty, it's easy to be swayed by impulse, driven by loneliness or the desperate need for clarity. But wisdom teaches us otherwise. If she walked away without explanation, let her be the one to provide it. Yes, you're wondering if she's thinking about you. The truth is, she probably is. Yet her pride won't allow her to say it aloud. She may be waiting for you to make the first move, testing your resolve, hoping to see if you'll crumble first. That's why holding your ground is crucial. Silence from a woman is not always a sign of indifference. Often, it's an internal struggle. She might be replaying memories, scrolling through old messages, hesitating to type a text she won't send, because swallowing pride is one of the hardest battles anyone can face. Pride is a powerful force that keeps people from revealing their true feelings, locking their hearts behind walls built on fear of vulnerability. This is where the old Stoic wisdom becomes invaluable. The wise man does not act out of need or craving validation. He acts out of principle. You don't reach out because you feel lonely or uncertain. You do so only when it aligns with who you truly are, a man of self-respect, a man who prioritizes clarity over confusion. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This means understanding what you can control, your actions, your patience, your dignity, and letting go of what you cannot, the thoughts, emotions, and pride of others. How long will you wait before you demand the best for yourself? You can't force her to reach out, nor can you command her feelings, but you can insist on maintaining your self-respect and refusing to be driven by desperation. A man who values himself doesn't chase uncertainty, he allows things to unfold naturally. Let her wrestle with her pride. If she truly cares, she will find her way back to you. If she doesn't, you've already chosen strength over weakness, clarity over confusion. It is not your responsibility to break through her walls, especially if she is unwilling to do the same for you. If she cares, she will push past her pride because love, real love, often requires humility and courage. But if she doesn't, why should you be the one making all the effort? Acting from wisdom rather than impulse sends a message, not only to her, but to yourself. You refuse to be the man who bends to uncertainty and desperation. Instead, you become the man she knows she can't afford to lose, the man whose value lies not in chasing, but in standing firm. Let her sit with the silence. Let her pride wrestle with her emotions. And if she truly values you, she will find a way to break through it. This lesson is not just about relationships. It's about life. In every aspect, we face situations where pride, fear, and uncertainty create barriers between us and what we desire. The path of wisdom is to honor your values, maintain your integrity, and trust that what is meant for you will come without you compromising your self-worth. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your patience and self-respect are the way forward. When you stop chasing shadows and start living by principle, you step into a power that no pride or silence can diminish. In real life, this means when you find yourself doubting if she's thinking about you or waiting for you to make the first move, remind yourself that your worth is not dependent on her validation. It's tempting to reach out to fill the silence, but ask yourself, does this align with the man you want to be? Does it honor your standards or betray them? This clarity will guide you more reliably than any momentary emotion. Let the silence serve as a mirror, reflecting not just her pride, but your own strength. And remember, sometimes the strongest message you send is the one wrapped in silence and patience, telling her and yourself that you will not settle for less than you deserve. I encourage you to share your experiences and thoughts on this delicate balance between pride, patience, and action in the comments. Have you ever waited and held your ground, only to see things unfold naturally? Or have you reached out first and wished you hadn't? Your stories matter because they teach us all how to navigate the quiet battles of the heart, with the timeless wisdom of the Stoics guiding our way. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Number 9. Signs she's thinking about you. Signs she's thinking about you, but her pride won't let her say it. Listen closely, because this is the silent battlefield of emotion and ego where most men lose their way. Women rarely reveal their feelings directly. Instead, they leave clues, small, subtle, often hidden in plain sight, and expect a man with enough wisdom and strength to understand without needing words. She might post a song lyric that echoes your shared moments. A quote about missing someone, she carefully chooses to hint at her thoughts. She might casually ask a mutual friend, "How has he been?" A question loaded with unspoken meaning, a covert way to check on you without revealing her own heart. She wants you to know she's thinking about you, but her pride, her unyielding, ancient pride, stops her from speaking the truth aloud. Maybe she lingers on your social media, watching your stories, never liking, never commenting, a quiet sentinel in the background, making sure you're still there but unwilling to cross the line. Perhaps she suddenly becomes active in places you both once frequented, appearing as if by coincidence, but every step is deliberate, every move a silent message. Or she drops a subtle inside joke in a conversation, something only you two share, a quiet reminder that she hasn't forgotten, that you still hold a place in her mind, even if she won't admit it to herself. Why doesn't she say it outright? because admitting she misses you means stripping away her armor and exposing herself to vulnerability. And vulnerability to her is a form of surrender, a loss of control she's not willing to accept. Her pride screams at her to wait, to see if you'll make the first move, protecting her from the sting of rejection. She's caught in a war between her heart and her ego, her emotions begging to be free, her pride forcing silence, and too often, pride wins. Now, listen well. A man who truly knows his worth doesn't get lost chasing validation or deciphering every little signal. Knowing she's thinking about you doesn't mean you abandon your path to run after her shadows. Seneca, the great Stoic, said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." If you chase every fleeting moment of attention, every unspoken feeling, you scatter your energy and lose your true self. Her signals, her silence, her pride, none of these should dictate your actions. You must be unmoved, not because you don't care, but because you refuse to be controlled by forces outside your own mind and will. You are the master of your fate. Let her wrestle with her thoughts and pride while you sharpen your focus on your growth, your peace, your purpose. If she values you enough, she will break through the walls of her pride and reach out. If she does not, you will be so far ahead in your own journey that her silence won't even register. Be the man who commands his life with unshakable strength, who stands firm like a mountain unbothered by the shifting winds of emotional games. This is the power of Stoic wisdom. Control what you can, your mind, your actions, your growth, and let everything else fall away. You will never lose by holding your ground. You only lose by giving your power away to uncertainty and pride. Like this, if you're ready to be that man who refuses to chase validation and comment your story of mastering your emotions in the face of uncertainty. Subscribe now for relentless, real-world wisdom that transforms men into kings of their destiny. Remember, pride is a silent war, but you are a warrior who chooses victory every day by owning your power and refusing to be anyone's second guess. Stand tall, stand strong, and above all, stand unshakable. Number 10. Your growth is the real game changer. Here's the reality. Whether she comes back or not, you've already won. You've grown, evolved, and built a life so solid that no one person dictates your happiness. The best revenge? It's not revenge at all. It's becoming the man you were meant to be. And trust me, she's thinking about you. Maybe she scrolls through old messages, lingers on your photos, or replays memories in her mind. But her pride, that's the wall she's built to keep herself from admitting it. She doesn't want to be the one to break the silence, to give you the satisfaction of knowing that you still cross her mind. But let's be honest, does that really matter? A Stoic man doesn't live for validation. He doesn't sit around waiting for a sign that someone still cares. He moves forward knowing that his worth isn't tied to someone else's recognition. As Epictetus put it, if someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth by which no one was ever truly harmed. And the truth is, you don't need her words to confirm what you already suspect. You don't need her to say, "I miss you," because deep down you already know she does. Think about it. Why would someone forget a man who was steady, strong, and confident? She won't. But instead of reaching out, she's choosing to protect her ego. Maybe she's waiting for you to crack first, to send that text, to make it easy for her. That's why silence is powerful. When you refuse to chase, you flip the script. Your absence forces her to sit with her own thoughts, to wrestle with the reality that you are a presence in her life she took for granted. You don't break your frame. You don't rush in to save her from the silence. A Stoic understands that emotions come and go, but self-respect remains. The moment you start chasing, you hand over control. The moment you stay firm, you remind her why she was drawn to you in the first place. And if she never admits it, if she never reaches out, that's okay too. Because the real victory isn't in her return. It's in the fact that you've already moved forward. You're building a life that excites you. You're not looking over your shoulder, waiting for someone else's approval. So let her think. Let her pride keep her silent. That's her battle, not yours. Your focus? Keep rising, keep evolving, and let your growth speak louder than words ever could. At the end of the day, this isn't about winning a battle of pride. It's about knowing your worth. A man of value doesn't wait for validation, nor does he chase someone who is too caught up in their own ego to reach out. Instead, he moves forward, focused on his growth, his purpose, and his own peace of mind. If she's truly thinking about you, she'll have to wrestle with her own emotions. That's her battle, not yours. Your silence isn't about playing games. It's about self-respect. And if she ever decides to push past her pride, she'll realize that you were never just another option. You were the standard. Remember, the moment you shift your focus from needing her attention to mastering yourself, you reclaim your power. You don't need to prove anything. Your value isn't up for debate. It's demonstrated in the way you carry yourself, the way you move, and the way you refuse to be swayed by fleeting emotions. So, stop worrying about whether she's thinking about you. If she truly values you, she'll make it known. And if she doesn't, you've already won by staying true to yourself. If this video gave you insight, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever been in this situation before? What did you do? Share your experience. I'd love to hear it. And if you found value in this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Also, don't stop here. Keep sharpening your mindset. Check out the videos on screen now for more powerful insights into attraction, self-mastery, and Stoic wisdom. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay focused, keep rising.